Because last week I still got to post that because it was so good with Jonathan. That's why I asked if he available. He probably not. Yeah, that debacle on Sunday, and we can probably show it. We can definitely show it. I mean, he felt like he pulled his hamstring. We're watching it on Red Zone. You saw it on Red Zone?
No.
Well, did you see it, James?
What?
The missed field goal from the Bengals on Sunday. That should have.
No. I just heard about it. I just heard Troy Aikman say. I saw the. My dad was telling me that they won. Because he was watching. I was at my job. We had a team dinner, so I was at that. So I came back and my dad was who had to fill me in. I caught like the second half of the late afternoon.
Yep. Let me show it to you, sir. I got you right here. You're gonna see it right now, and I mean, let's just say it was incredible watching on live time on Red Zone because the cursing that took place instantly with dismiss was indicative of everybody, if you were a Bengals fan or a coach especially. So let me share it right now as Burrow completes it to Uzma.
It's a 31-yard field goal try by Bullock to tie it. Oh, he missed! He may have pulled a hamstring or a muscle, and there is complete elation. He pulled a calf muscle, it looked like.
And James, that's not the best. The best part is when the offense.
Harlan's call does not help that entire situation. Like, he literally made that 10 times worse than what it was.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just was so.
After that announcer said he pulled a hamstring. He don't know what happened.
Right. The whole thing from top to bottom was just, he missed. Like, missing was in the possibility, Kevin. Missing was a possibility.
Oh, my gosh. I think he literally pulled that hamstring.
But what did they say?
I mean, just to slow it down. And I got to see if he did. Let's see.
Well, you know he's going to pretend like he did.
Of course he pretended like he did.
Yeah. Because he's so embarrassed. I mean,
the thing about it.
Oh, my God. This is one of the worst business of all time. I mean, God. Because we were like, it was going to be overtime, obviously. I mean, literally, literally, James, it went from this play where they were about to win the game if it wasn't for.
Yeah, that was the play, the AJ Green touchdown. I saw that part.
Mm-hmm. You know, I wasn't sure about Casey Hayward.
Blocked by Hart and caught by Green.
They call that OPI, which I thought was.
It was now, James, the one that was. What I mentioned, and Burrow goes down. He did stick in the box too much. By the way, Kemba Walker made sure that once they ran Duncan Robinson off the three-point line, that things would need to change, and that's what happened.
I ain't watching that game.
Are you gonna be upset at Brad Stevens letting Jason Tatum?
I got too much stress going on in my life to be dealing with the stress of the Celtics right now. So I've been watching WNBA.
Ooh, Skylar Diggins against Crystal Dangerfield, my word.
Yeah, and it's a one-game playoff for them. So let's see if he's still – look, he ain't cramping there, right down the middle.
Yep.
That's the same guy?
That is him, yeah. He's
That's the same guy. That's the same guy, right down the middle. He just pulled he was pretending the whole time. He should have just straight fell. That's what he should have done. He should have just fell on the ground completely.
Yeah, the only thing that made the scene greater if your dad was around to add this whole element. Oh, my God.
I don't know where he is. He said he's going to come back, but he went away because he saw me watching WNBA, and I'm like, I told him, I said, I can't deal with the Celtics. They stressing me out. My brother-in-law he been telling my sister these games are too much stress. She asked him how he's doing. He said everything's fine. He said, but the Celtics lost. He was like, the Celtics loss is giving him stress. Working is giving him stress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! I told her, yeah, that's why I can't watch.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. Now, don't spoil, because I'm taping the WNBA game because we got the multi-box as Conor McGregor is hitting. he's gonna come back for the 18 billion time. I guess.
Yeah, he need money. That's why.
So the whiskey's not doing as well this year.
The whiskey's doing well, but he about to go to jail.
Well, over that incident in Florida.
In France.
Oh, that one friend. That sexual assault.
Yeah, he exposed himself to a woman.
Yeah, you can't do that.
They don't play with that stuff, not in France.
It's crazy because France, you can walk nude on the beach or whatever in some beaches, but they don't allow that to go down. Which
well, if you go to a new beach and I'm going to a new beach, that's different from you going to a married lady and saying, "Here goes my shenanigans."
Good job, France, just being rational. As always is possible all the way.
I don't know what he paid to get the one that was over here to go away. He had one in LA. I've also heard about one in Las Vegas. This is not something that's new. So
he makes Cristiano Ronaldo look like a saint. Wow. Well, I mean, that was of course in terms of the bus incident that traumatized Rose Namajunas.
Yeah, they should have let Khabib off the bus. That's all they should have done. They should just let Khabib off the bus.
That would have been its own pay-per-view for free.
It would have been. And that was the only reason that it didn't happen, because he was saying Khabib was a coward. So Khabib's team released the video of how all the other fighters were stopping Khabib from getting off the bus, because Khabib was going to get off the bus. So they should have just let him off the bus, and that would have resolved everything.
That's real, man. By the way, I'm going on Locker Room right now. And I'm like putting this Sports Miscellaneous on as it's being recorded live right now for the great stream as we watch this in live time, and then they can hear the audio on it. It's so great, man. Where literally, James, I wish I would have recorded this one today, but Daniel Libersky, he's the Celtics beat writer for Celtics.com. And me and him were having discussions about why Damian Lillard needs to be first team. Why Damian Lillard needs to be on the first team and not Luka Doncic overall. We had a good civil discussion overall. And I said, well, first off, we both agreed that it was dumb that they went back to the, 2 forwards, 2 guards, and a center format. Man, Minnesota went and took the lead. Come on. Oh, it's a shame that these two teams are playing in the second round, 1-game playoff, because
that game was good. That was the best game that was on TV, to be quite honest. The pacing of the game is great. It's entertaining. Yep. Shot making. It's the best game. It was the best game on TV.
It is.
I don't know if this football game got to live up to what that game was doing. That game was a good game.
I think it will. I think because of the Browns being desperate. But with this one with WNBA, man, because, Crystal Dangerfield, outstanding. Skylar Diggins-Smith, I will be upset if there is an Olympics next year and somehow Sue Bird is the starting point guard for the United States.
Sue Bird's going to be the starting point guard.
Oh, I will make sure that will not happen. That her behind needs to just sit down.
And then here come my dad coming in with hot takes talking about Sue. She can't do that. She's too old.
She is.
She's coming in fresh off the burner, hot off the press.
He's right. There's like 6-7 guards, point guards better than her in the WNBA.
It ain't about better, okay? They're gonna put Sue Bird.
It's about the Geno, right? It's about the Geno. See, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like Candace Parker, after she was excluded off the team 4 years ago, and that was a disgrace.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Because she wouldn't kiss Geno's behind. That's the only reason why. And Geno's cool. But that they made it so UConn-centered.
I was just about to say, she's clearly probably one of the better players. She's at least one of the best forwards in the world.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. And became the MVP that same season right after his retribution. That Skylar Diggins-Smith, Skylar Diggins, who already was perennial all-star WNBA, she really should be the starting point guard. Because she just has been really going off lately. With Diana Taurasi's a little older now, but there's no question who's the best guard on this team on the Mercury right now, and she just balling like that. Before we turn back to see what the Celtics are doing, because Crystal Dangerfield going off, what it is. Oh wow, yeah, and James, you see how they won against the Mystics, the Mercury?
No.
Well, I'm gonna show it to you when they stoppage the play because the Mystics should be in this game. Oh, she just overcooked that one. Because this is how this game ended. Sorry. As Nafisha Collier coming close there. And
the Mystics, because I know the Mystics were pretty good in the wobble.
They were, but they struggled in the regular in the pre. Well, they struggled. Well, sorry, it was no pre for the WNBA. They had struggled earlier, and that's what happened. But this is how this game, and I mean, it was just, God, it was something to behold. This game. And let's go to the ending. Let me show you the ending because the Mystics, they had leading the most of the game. And then, it just got tight all the way. And this is how it ended.
Ever on the offensive end of the court.
Now, I don't know about good as ever. Great Holly Flint because Holly Rowe because Diana's be shooting a lot of bad shots. So here it is, James. So
now, really solid defense by Phoenix, but you have to finish the possession by getting the defensive.
5.8 to go. Washington leads by 2. Here's Diggin Smith. Tosses to the corner. A 3 is good.
Did she get it off in time?
She got it off in time.
Against the team that cut her.
The team that cut her too. I remember that too.
To step up.
But they didn't call the first foul.
Leilani Mitchell running at her. A little fake to have the awareness of the time.
She got the .3.
Oh my.
And her reaction's evident. By the way, 4-point play. You're right. That's Rossi with the 4-point play. Yep. And I'm telling you, man, that shot, to do that against the team that cuts you, I mean, that is just, it doesn't get better than that.
I was just about to say, retire right there. Leave your shoes on the court.
That's funny. And Tarasi with a 4-point play now is 76-73. As I'm taping the Browns and Bengals, so we're gonna see the possessions.
Baker bouncing back this season.
Don't spoil it now for me. Don't spoil it now for me because I'm watching. Oh, Skylar Diggins. Oh, she almost traveled. She gets it back. Guarded by Collier. Diggins Smith on the clear. Diggins Smith. Good pass. They overpass.
Odell definitely jumped.
Yeah. Yeah. So as I was saying, this guy Daniels just started off saying people just underestimate how incredible it is for Luka Doncic to be all NBA team, to be all NBA first team at age 21. Yada yada yada. Da 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 da. And obviously, this Kawhi Leonard and to me, Damian Lillard are better than him. And Kawhi Leonard, he's not on there because they wanted to choose 2 forwards, and it was of course Giannis and LeBron. And so by technicality, he wasn't on the first team when he should be.
Mm-hmm.
And then Damian Lillard before, because they said this is before.
This was before the lockdown.
Yeah. Now, the Blazers, okay, they were a little up and down, and the Mavericks were in the playoffs. But Luka Doncic still is a poor defender, or just a defender. Damian Lillard, he may not be like Chris Paul defender. Oh, she did it again to Rossi.
Another 4 points.
And why do they do that against her?
Wait, she got another 4-point play? She's been cooking all night tonight.
She hasn't, but she needed to because Skylar Diggins has been carrying her lately. I'm just going to keep
she was cooking tonight. She came out for a vengeance. She got a technical. When she got a technical, I was like, oh, she on tonight.
What's she mad? Who's she mad at?
One of the referees.
I mean, I thought she was mad at at some of the Lynx players. I mean, what Crystal Dangerfield look like I'm like the new Connecticut. Sorry, Diana, you're old with that.
That's the guy from Georgia. So,
well, slowly but steady, the Heat are coming back all the way. Now we're live in the locker room with the great Sir James Eddy, my father alongside me as we're watching WNBA and the Sports Equinox, which is not part of it. But it's a dramatic ending right now. It's part of it now.
Oh, how much time is left in that WNBA game? I committed myself to 2.5 hours watching it. Now I'm gone at the end.
See, Tarasi, that's a bad shot there. Work the offense instead of be a hero. and gives the ball to Skylar Diggins Smith. So Skylar Diggins, like, you handle that. Odyssey Sims, who's almost an afterthought on this team. Ooh, Odyssey still got it like that.
What? She is. I think she got injured.
Imagine. Remember, Odyssey Sims and Skylar Diggins played on the same backcourt with Dallas. The two lefties, the right to college. Diggins. Digging in. Ooh, Diggins. Oh, good defense by Collier. And Diggins is just such a competitor. She's disgusted with herself.
Yeah, but she forced that one.
She did.
That young lady there for the lane, she's been cooking all night too.
Dantas?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been going. Let me see her stat line right now.
I think she had 17 points when I was watching earlier. So. Yeah, they do. If they have my difference though.
Might not come back. No, like should I read it?
Yeah, she's done.
Yeah, she's got 22. There's Demarius Dantas. Lord.
Told you I was watching that game. It was the best game that was on.
The Brazilian International just shutting it down.
I ain't been watching that. I can't do that.
Where did she? Okay, she didn't play college ball. Did Demarius? She's a real talent. Shout out to her Brazilian way.
I was about to say. So this was by 10.
Yeah, now they got it back up by 10 now, right?
No, they're back. They're about to be tied.
They let Duncan Robinson go off, it looked like, in Tyler Hero.
What's the name? Ain't scoring the fastest since that time.
Who, Kemba?
Give that ball.
I don't know. Maybe I'm checking right now. By the way, Masai Ujiri, there's a chance for him to still come to our pathetic Knicks.
Oh my gosh.
Because the Raptors, I guess they're not trying to pay him top money.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to offer him the entire MSG bag.
Oh no, that's not a number. That's I don't know. What's the number? 213-2878. Sorry, James.
No, let's see it.
Oh, Lord, Rachel Nichols, I forgot his call in this game. I guess Doris Burke had to take, sadly, a night off, and we have the competence of Rachel Nichols.
Yeah, I think Doris and Mark Jones are done, according to what they're saying. Oh, that's what they did. They switched to a song.
Yeah, Mark Jones is done. But Rachel, I guess Doris Burke, because of her, she wanted to see her children. I probably think that was the case, or I think her, at least her one child. As Adebayo gives the Heat the lead. My goodness gracious. All right, so we'll turn back to see if this goes down.
On the bench.
Let's see the ending of this WNBA game. Shout out to those in the locker room all the way, the capacity crowd of 0 at the moment, because we still in dating.
They don't know how to break the zone.
This is so simple. Brassy, there you go. Just see, you had the right shot. You just got to keep on doing that. Run Duncan Robinson off the line. Make Hero go to his left. Make him go to his left. See, he almost turned it over. Duncan Robinson. See, Bam, you're not Nikola Jokic, Bam. You got to remember that. As a passer, you're decent, but you're not that. Walker, pulling, playing like he's in the BX again. Kemba, not like he's in the middle of Everett or Chelsea or Brockton.
But that's what they got him for.
Okay, now we're going to go right here. See, what a bad foul. You let Hero go to his right, and then you let him score easy like that. All right, let's see the end of this WNBA game. A lot of drama here. Taurasi, 3 on the shot clock. Taurasi, the floater. That's a bad shot by Taurasi. But she looks and gets the offensive rebound and gets a timeout. The drama of it all. The Lynx up by 3 with 92 seconds left, and she knows she got away with one. Let me go live and direct on Bigo for the. By the way, Naomi Osaka, as you see, she said she will not play Roland Garros, which I don't blame her. You get to celebrate, girl. You celebrate overall, and you go do that.
I don't blame her. Playing on clay is different from playing on hard court.
Especially so fast like that. And by the way, people are really wanting to make such a big deal about cadre just putting.
Look where he hanging over. By the tree. Yeah, look where he hanging away the 3-point line before he go in.
What did that? What Father Eddie said?
He wants the Celtics to drive more. It drives him crazy how perimeter heavy they get, especially when they have the lead.
Yeah, he's right. Your father just is so smart like that. Kemba was driving a little bit in the first half. Well, yeah, I thought the Browns. I mean, the Browns they're playing with the desperation already here. And Nick Chubb doing it up, So they're up 7-3. No, Tyrod. What is Tyrod? No, give it to Skylar Diggins. What in the world? No. That's come on. What is she? What is look, Sandy Brondello, you need to do a better job coaching Mercury. Like, you got her going 1 against 5. I mean, it's a Tarosky. You are not stop this, Tarosky, trying to shoot 30-foot threes contested. Give it to Skylar Diggins.
How much time is left?
Dangerfield. 59 seconds left. No, the rebound. Now a chance for the Mercury to tie it or to go down by 1. Smith, the defense by Odyssey Sims performance. Oh, they're doing it to Tarasi again. You got to be kidding me. Give the ball to Diggins Smith. Thank you. Give it to her. She got it to Diggins Smith, and it's a 1-point game. She ain't struggling because Tarasi want to do the thing by her own damn self. I mean, I don't understand that.
This is the final?
No, it's a 1-game playoff.
I mean,
in the WNBA, for some reason, they can't play more than 1 game.
So who's that now?
Now, after this, the Sun and the Sparks are going.
By the way, they should have went best 2 out of 3 for the semifinals and then 3 out of 5 for the finals. But other than that, promising format, since they've done it before.
They used to do it before. They used to do 2 of 3, then 3, and then the finals was 3 of 5. And then for some reason, I don't know what it is, cut it to single elimination. Single elimination, both rounds, semifinals, best of 3. And then I want to say last year was best of 3 in the finals as well.
Mm-hmm.
What
I mean is that they did do the 1-game playoff single elimination like a few years ago, a few years now for like the bottom playoff teams. I remember them doing that.
Yeah.
So but
I'm talking about way back in the day they used to do series.
Well, yeah, that's true. But the ABL, God bless the ABL, had it right all the way from the get-go, including 4 quarters. Dangerfield. Links up by 1. Tell a shot clock. The pick and roll to Kaya. She loses it. And they're going to review it on the monitor.
It was her. It was on her.
Ooh, it's close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close indeed. So we had a civil talk with that, but people online are trying to act like Damian. They're trying to say, "Oh, Damian Lillard's not a true point guard." I'm like, what are you doing?
What are they talking about? They don't have no video.
Well, that's what they're doing right now.
She's probably coaching. I don't know what you're playing. I don't think she's playing.
Sandy Brondello.
That's why I said I don't think she's playing.
By the way, James, should I play that audio of me defending Mookie Betts' honor as clearly the best player? And also, Fernando Tatis is playing gold.
That's an easy call.
It is. It is that.
Close.
It wasn't. Fernando.
We got it right there. You can't call that.
Tell it like it is, Father. Fernando Tatis Jr. is playing Gold Glove. Welcome to my people on Bigo Live all the way. By the way, shout out people Bigo Live. We're just having a good time all the way. Now, Fernando Tatis Jr. is also playing Gold Glove shortstop.
If they don't get that ball to
I agree. Right now, The issue with baseball, like I was saying to you before, is baseball has too many hot seasons. Like even if you look at Roger Maris, right? Like,
oh yeah.
So I think what happens is baseball. When you've been playing the sport for almost 150 years,
you need to see
a consistency. So like, as you said, he had a better season than Mike Trout. Yeah, that's easy. But I would say better player. I think he's on the rise. I think similar to what the problem is like they were talking about. It's like I've been telling you before. The major issue with the whole Mike Trout conversation is, like I said, Mike Trout's stats, statistically, for all the stat people, he is their Jesus, right? He is the first person who you can think about who came up, like, what you have to understand is what Mike Trout represents, right?
Yes.
What Mike Trout represents is I think of it in the MMA argument, right? When MMA first started, it was like you get a boxer versus a wrestler, you want to see who wins. Apparently. So, you get a boxer, you get a wrestler, right? So when you think of it like that, and now when you would take somebody who's a modern champion, even compared to 2004, that in 2004, like there was still just one technique that was better than the other. Now you have young people who've grown up and they've just learned mixed martial arts, right? They spend 2 days on boxing, another 2 days on kickboxing, 2 days on wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and take a day off, right? Like, so they're learning MMA. So what you have to think about with Mike Trout is the first star who's come up in the era of all of the advanced modern statistics, right? So he's someone who's with OBS. Is it OBS?
Yeah, OBS. That annoying
OPS plus, WAR, defensive probability, catch probability, barrel, swing miss ratio, like all of the stats that they're able to take. Like he's the guy who is excelling.
Yep. And all they need to do is just say, James, have put-outs, catch-outs, and just who makes errors, as simple as that, and watch the games from that.
They gave the Lynx the ball? No. Yeah, they did.
So now,
they determined that the Lynx have the ball.
Unbelievable.
That was a tough call.
That took forever. Imagine how you hear Jeff Van Gundy and Chris Webber. They'd be exasperated, like, it's time to just move it on. Like, it took forever and whatnot. We got to get this going. Here it is. Down overall. Now it is Dave Bill. Oh, it's not the Tarasi. And now the Mercury have it again where they could win it on the final shot. Oh, my word.
All time out.
This is dramatic, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Sports Miscellaneous.
They got to shoot the ball with 4 seconds.
Oh, my goodness. This is something to behold.
So, yeah, that's the thing. He is their guy, right? So when you were coming to them, like I was talking with my dad, and I was explaining to him, I'm like, people don't talk about the psychology of the game, right? The statistics can't talk about what happens when a guy's on first and what that does for a pitcher, right? So we were watching the game yesterday with the Dodgers, and my dad was saying earlier today, like Corey Seager, who hits behind Mookie, if you look at Corey Seager's numbers, they're ridiculous, right? You look at JD Martinez's numbers when he hit behind Mookie, they were ridiculous. And the reason is because when Mookie gets on base, they don't want him to steal.
Yep.
So the person behind him sees so much more fastballs.
Yep.
So that's one way he enhances the game.
Yep.
Similar to what you were talking about earlier, what you talked about.
Sorry, James, under back reception. Diggin Smith. Oh, she tries to take the button. Gets it back. Oh, and they say he's out of bounds. Oh my word! And the Mercury have no more timeouts left. Diggins tried the pass.
They got to review this. They can't make a call and review that.
It's gonna be certainly the Lynx ball.
The girl, she
Oh, Skylar Diggins, she had it.
Why she didn't have to shoot that?
No, she tried to pass it.
I mean, she tried to pass.
She tried to pass.
All of them were young. She was the
No, she wasn't out of bounds.
Okay, that's a good block now.
No, her foot touched the line.
Unless her foot touched the line.
I think it touched it. Looking at it.
I think her foot touched the line.
Oh, if her foot touched the line, but I know when she hit it back.
Wow. Skylar.
Here it is.
Did you see Stanton hit a home run and a double?
She should have. Oh, Scott. See, Scott.
Hit a home run and a double. And Voight hit his 20th home run this season.
No.
I can't see from that angle there. They have to go back to the first angle. See, Skylar's mistake. They have to go back to the first. Here it is. Skylar, she should do a bounce pass. She throws a bounce pass around.
What happens if they determine that she was not at What would happen? But I'm trying to figure out what would have happened if they determined that she was not. Would they maybe giving it to them side out?
No, who got the ball? The leg.
That's it.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah, showing it.
Oh,
It's when she come down.
It's when she
caught it in bounds.
when she went up, in the first place. Oh my gosh, this is so tight. It's so tight. So tight. Oh yeah, it's out.
She's out of bounds.
Yeah, she's out of bounds. We slowed it down. We slowed it down.
That was.
But if they give the Lynx the ball, no, they're gonna give it back to
They're gonna give it back to Mercury.
No. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you all the way. We watching it live in the red, ladies and gentlemen. Live in the red. Shout out to Ryan.
They
really need to limit the amount of time they could look at these replays. It need to be 30 seconds.
Don't want to look like she got.
Yeah, you be like, Chris will be like, it's time for the go. It's time to go. And Jeff ain't gonna even say, what do you need to do?
Give it to the
job.
They give it to the Mercury?
Yeah.
No, they give it to them.
See, now Ross is gonna take this like 40 feet all the way, regardless.
No, she's not. It's a link. They got a foul.
And
then on the make, you gotta do.
Oh, you gotta do what Scott Dickinson-Smith did last. Did you see the game winner she hit last week?
No.
Oh, This is how she's went off, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show y'all all.
So the Mercury have just been cardiac team this entire.
Yes, they have, good sir, because this is their excellence and how she just went to another level, really. The real, Skylar Diggins-Smith, South Bend's most realest girl ever.
They're in trouble. They got
most realest one ever. Here's the game winner. Sorry, State Farm, no commercials.
The foul to give that is no good. They got a foul twice.
It's hard to try to steal the ball. They got a foul to give too.
And then they got that's true.
That's what really hurt. That's what take away.
They just need to focus on just on that.
Ain't got no big people on the bench.
So they got a foul twice.
Bring all the big girls off the bench.
They got a foul twice, and then they got to try to steal the ball. Well, you can't afford. You don't have time to try to steal.
They go one-on-one. She need to get
foul
close
twice,
to girls
and then on your inbounds play, just have the best throw ever. First foul. They need one more.
And here's coming up with the buzzer beater, James. Let me see if I get a better.
I thought the clock was kind of slow on this play on this game here.
Got a foul. Oh, they fouled the right one, though.
Almost like a jump ball.
Because I think Demetrius is not the best free throw shooter. And this is going to be interesting. Now, as you do that, James, here's the winner from Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Why did the coach call a timeout?
I don't know. I don't know why she did that.
I was about to say, if she called a timeout, why are you freezing your own player? Freeze my own player.
Diggins-Smith to tie it.
Look at that, James. So this is why she here.
Diggins-Smith to tie it.
Oh, she missed the first one. Oh, boy.
Look at this guy. This like Cindy McLaughlin. They are the same person. They got that same energy. Oh, here it is. Tarasi. Smith, can she do it again? Oh! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
They wouldn't let her on. They played it right. I think Odyssey Sims made sure she played her former teammate on the right, and Taurasi is just done with it. Wow. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Scott is such a competitor that I don't know if she want to shake hands right now.
She's gone.
Oh my.
Taurasi is gone. She ain't even thinking about shaking hands.
But I think she's shaking hands. Oh, Taurasi is out of here. Well, it's the fault, Taurasi, because you're shooting all these terrible jump shots. That's why Teresa Edwards always and Cynthia Cooper, top 2 shooting guards of all time. Oh, they gone. Yo, Nick and Skylar and Taurasi are gone. Oh my, Taurasi just went into her trailer. Oh my goodness, this is
man. They are hot.
They are finito.
All right, let's see how bad the Celtics move.
Oh man, that was dramatic. Wow, the Heat up by 7.
I told you.
They are, whatever. Crystal, we'll see you in a bit. You know, that is unreal. Back at it. The Celtics in real trouble, ladies and gentlemen. But Brown at the line. Knocks down both. Jason Tatum must be have really, again, and I told people thinking that he was a top 10 player already. I'm like, what? He has not proven that at all yet.
They must be letting White boys shoot them 3. They got the D up on him.
Well, Duncan Robinson, 6 to 12. They let him get off again in the second half. Crowder. When is Crowder becoming to Craig Hodges?
Crowder shooting the 3.
I mean, and it's still by Derrick Jones Jr. Hero. Jones Jr. going for the alley. What a wild sequence, and Hero with the rebound. The Dragons throws that one up.
That don't happen. Ain't no way you let that happen. You get lazy and let the guy steal the ball.
Hero traveled. I mean, Hero, I don't know what he was doing there. Him and Donovan sometimes there.
Boston got lucky now because there's no way that guy was supposed to steal the ball.
Yeah, that should be a clear pass foul.
As we are on the locker room all the way, James Eddy, alongside both of our fathers, is watching.
What are you looking for? A clear pass to the basket?
Well, it is something that is a clear path, I think, overall. We are live in
clear pass foul. There was no between him and the ball, the basket.
Indeed, as James, he'll get the iOS or the whole system in general for it. But shout out to Courtney overall in the discussion. Let's shout out. I didn't invite all my followers, Courtney. I should have done that. So what I'm gonna do is that if people are free, I'll just invite them all right now and restart this whole thing again. All right, restarting this whole. Ethan Simmons is here. So Ethan, what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to start this whole thing up again on the locker room and get this party going in about 15, 20 seconds. Okay? All right, the room is ending here, but come back in about really 25, 30 seconds.
No.
I don't know what you call them. What was they looking at? That's just a waste of time. To go to the videotape.
All right, so here we go, part 2.
Boston shell shock behind that block.
They just shell shocked in general.
The way they were playing before halftime, they had the Heat number.
Yes, they sure did. This is Locker Room Live. Come on, give it to me. Who I gotta think of this? Tatum.
That was a bad pass. Got away with it.
Ooh, he missed that. I thought it was almost blocked. It was a great block from Jones. And we're back at it here on the Miscellaneous. Andrew L. Jones with James Eddy right now alongside me virtually on Zoom as we watch the Celtics collapse again.
Whoa,
and Brown. And they still miss. Wanamaker, Tatum, he climbed the three and then he shoots. And he's actually fouled by Third Jones Jr.
I mean, that was a dumb foul.
It sure was.
The man had missed the shot and you go foul it.
Well, that's what went down.
They all out there trying to, they're thinking too much.
That was a tic-tac foul.
Sort of was indeed. All right, so now Tatum at the line makes the first. Live and direct back on the locker room, the Sports Miscellaneous, because so many of the Sports Equinox.
That could have been a turning point there.
We had the Lynx win dramatically over the Mercury with both Diamond Taurasi and Star Diggins Smith storming off the court. And Tatum continues to have these up and down performances. Oh, look at this one guy. Who was that just got into the TV camera on the Celtics? James, who was that?
Robert Williams.
I was just making sure Rob Williams. He's about to go viral tonight off of that. He's going to go viral, Rob Williams.
He need to go viral and do something. That's what he need to do.
He needs to match the impact. Robert Williams of my man on the Knicks, who is such a standout performer. Let me go to him right now. The good sir that is. Let me get to him right now and show this all the way. I actually forgot his name. Oh, Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson.
I was about to say, don't tell me about to say Mitchell Robinson.
Well, he's got the athleticism like him.
That was a foul.
Three shots.
He should. All right, shout out to all these great people in the locker room right now. Live and direct all the way.
Oh, no!
What was it? Oh, the bad foul, James, with the reaction. Well,
he got ball. He got ball.
Whether it's Bartholomew out or whatever, I think Lionel Messi's gonna still win out regardless. And Bartholomew's just basically saying, "I'm not going any darn where," and I think I have enough support. Well, we're gonna see about that in terms of Bartholomew, but it's Dragic with the three, and Brown with the rebound there. But I think that the real person that needs to be out is the French football president. Come on, man. The French football president, he needs to be gone because of his comments yesterday, and now Neymar facing a 2-game suspension for his red card. So that's a lot of issues overall. But needs to go. He needs to go. Simple as that. So that's the one who needs to be out right now in European soccer. It's going to be an interesting episode of the Global Kick tomorrow with the Bundesliga. Wonderful return about to come back. No fans in the stands there. And we'll talk about that on overall on the Global Kick. As a foul. Now it's getting a lot of fouls at the moment.
Yeah, the ref ain't calling the foul. He's calling the blatant foul, but he ain't calling the other foul.
I was just about to say, thank you. They starting to tilt the floor back on the Boston side because Miami was hacking like hell in game 1 and they was calling nothing.
This is real conversations between two black sons with two black fathers right alongside of us in both New York and Boston. So
call the foul.
Smart. Off the mark is Smart and Dragic with the rebound.
I don't know what Boston's telling for the three. They ain't got to shoot the three.
Shout out to the good sir Golf Chocolate. Literally, that is his name on the Beagle app. For those in locker room, just to let y'all know, shout out to Taylor, Chase Drake, Courtney, Brian Lewis, and Ethan Simmons on the live. It's Brown to the hole, and Brown the finish. It's a 3-point game. 87-84. 8 minutes left. Jaylen Brown with 12 and 4. And now Dragic now gets 2 screen sets and goes to his left. Dragic on his left, and they let him get there. Grant Williams is complaining that Dragic put his arm out, but he gave him leverage to his best side.
He let him charge it.
I was just about to say, he goes that he's been doing that since he was with Phoenix. Like, how is that still happening? And he literally cooked the Bucks that way.
Yeah. Brown, 6 on the shot clock, guarded by Butler, and almost Evan knocked off him with the defense, 5 on the shot clock.
Plenty time to get a good shot.
It is, but this is bad. Grant Williams got it. Yeah, he makes it.
Not really running
on there.
Let's see, did it? Yes, he did.
Well, I mean, the leverage, they're just not going to call that.
Yeah, you're right. Unless he extended it.
Well, he did send it all the way. Walker. Almost we got. Oh, Walker!
It had one.
Doing what he does. Well, almost was. He was looking for it.
It should have been had one.
And Kemba. Being Simba.
I told you the first time we touched it, it go down to 3.
At least tonight, 89-87. As my mother just chilling overall in the back. Dragic again to his left. Butler in the corner, but they run him off the line. Butler. Hero broken like he was Steve Nash. Hero, the defense with Brown. And he loads it, but Joe Jr. To Hero in the corner, and then they get off in time. Great defense by the Celtics and too much dribbling by the Heat. And Eric Spoelstra can't believe that. And still no TV timeout. As Crowder was trying to be back in the game. Me and James laughing here.
Here go. This is the guy who drives me crazy.
So who's that?
Jay Crowder. Because he be hacking like hell. And when he was a Celtic, they used to call him all the time when he was hacking.
Oh,
and from Miami, and they don't call nothing.
You're right.
Kemba.
Boston is playing sloppy.
Yeah, Kemba got out of control that time. And
all of their passes sloppy.
Yeah, still a little out of control.
This boy should have been.
Shout out to my marvelous mother all the way down there. My marvelous mother all the way there on this live.
What's his name getting ready to come in for Boston? The white boy.
The same size. Looks like he's coming in.
He should have been in the game.
Well, he's instrumental. Again, too many turnovers for the Celtics. Hero! And it's the charge. Marcus Smart with his latest charge.
No, they call that the other way.
No, Hero. Now, James, who do you think is better at taking charges, Marcus Smart or Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is the champ of taking the charge.
Okay? Marcus Smart.
Nah, Kyle Lowry would take a charge on a fast break with Giannis coming at him.
Yes,
Kyle Lowry, he's committed to the charge.
I bet you that Maloney can never do
that. Kyle Lowry would take a charge if both the Morris twins come at him.
Yes, Kyle Lowry, he is committed. The other thing is Marcus will catch you with a fake block every now and then, like, oh, I'm going to go up. Kyle Lowry never tries to jump. He don't try to jump. He just, oh, you know what's going to happen.
Kyle Lowry would take a charge from Cam Newton. Shout out to Ray and Alive. You think he's not going to take it? James, you think he's going to take it from Cam Newton?
Who?
Kyle, the amount of charges that Kyle Lowry could take. Bam, what is Bam doing? Bam, you're not Nikola Jokic, Bam.
That should have been a foul over the top. Yeah.
You are not Nikola Jokic,
Tell me that Bam been jumping over the top of Celtics since
and they ain't calling
nothing. Through the fourth quarter of game 1, and they haven't called not one of the over the back. So
right.
Over the back does not exist when it comes from Bam.
Yeah, Bam got 19 points. That's impressive again from Bam. So,
he had 15 in the third quarter.
Jaylen Brown showing his ups.
Now that was a good play.
MIT Sloan Conference says that's going to be in the analytics, Jaylen Brown.
Boston can't win this game if they let that guy jump over the back like that. No call nothing.
Well, jumping over everyone just now was Jaylen Brown. UC Berkeley did not teach him that. That's some Georgia stuff right there. Now, let's see what's happening in the NFL now. Now we stopped it. We paused it all the way since we're DVRing it overall. So we're gonna.
Oh yeah, you guys got the good DVR there. We can't do that.
Oh well.
You have to record it. Oh wow, a lot has happened in this football game.
Well, so Azzy all the way down in Aussie land, because Azzy, we watching the NBA playoffs here, brother. So that's why you see us in the live. We watching also our NFL. I would tell you we watch Aussie rules, but that's a little bit beyond my pay grade. Let's see this overall.
Still the same, huh?
No, we rewind it back, so we're just seeing as much as possible. So for those who are in locker room, we're watching the Bengals and Browns. So we're not live, just to let you all know. Shout out to the great Sir Chase.
I was gonna say I can't say anything because we got.
Joe Burrow got a welcome to the NFL moment by Sheldon Richardson.
I'm sorry.
Sheldon Richardson with a welcome to NFL moment to Joe Burrow there. He treated him as like a.
He was good in the first one.
Oh, Sheldon Richardson just threw him down.
Oh, you still all the way back there?
Yeah. So
I think that is stupid.
What's stupid?
When you call an illegal block in the back on a fair catch, it is the dumbest call in the NFL and really needs to go.
Illegal block in the back where?
On a fair catch. So if I'm fair catching the ball and you call an illegal, what did the block in the back have to do with anything?
By the way, James, we're going to say shout out. Sailor wants to come through on the live. Sailor wants to come through on the live. What's going on, awesome lady? Let me flip the camera. As you see my good sir James right here. How you doing? Hello? Hey. Yes, I can hear you. Let me put the camera back on me. How are you doing? Yes. James is selling right now. Seller, I'll let you say hi to James right now. Well, they can dumb irrational. Seller, say hi to James if you can see him.
Okay. I don't know. I can see. Hello.
She is in.
How are you? Where are you from?
I'm well. How are you?
He's from. She asked where you was from.
Oh, I'm from Boston. I don't know. We're trying to do there's a lot of technology going on. I'm from Boston. I'm putting my hands over my mouth like we're at a megaphone.
Springfield. My family is from Springfield.
Oh, okay, Springfield. Really?
I didn't know that. I didn't. Okay, no problem. As we're live also on the Locker Room app once again, this Sports Miscellaneous going all the way. Oh, someone else think? Well, I was gonna tell my friend as Seller's getting back on the lot. Tell her of the Dallas Stars fandom all the way, and she awaits if the Lightning will close out the Islanders. That's actually my friend on Bigo, on the Bigo app. Her name is, I'll type it out, it's Seller. And I can't, she calls herself, she's a very colorful character, but this is her actual name on Bigo, as I'm going to write it in the comment section.
Go to the store. You can grab somebody, grab them by the shirt.
Very colorful, very independent.
The moment they start to run, you can't pull them back.
Terrific woman overall. That's her name overall, Taylor. Miss Bard. That's her name overall. Did not make that up. Hazel's in the live all the way on Bigo.
I was just about to say, LeBron don't got no loyalty.
And if y'all want to come through, we can come through overall because we're just showing it both ends all the way. Now we'll get back to the Celtics, and we'll get back all the way. Joe mixing it up, not problematic. All right, so let's get this going back. Thank you, Hazel. Appreciate you. Awesome. Bronx, Westchester, Row 1. Kemba was skipping just now. Kemba, they took the lead. They went on 15-2 run, the Celtics. Excuse me.
They went on a what?
15-2 run. Now they up by 5.
What?
Yep. Kemba's going off. Adebayo again. This is exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Live on the Locker Room app and Bigo.tv.
Andrew, why you got me sucked into this? They're going to lose this again.
Hey, at least your team made it. At least you're not a Knicks fan. Oh, but what a save by Butler. Butler clutch again. How many times can we be clutch? Thank you, Hazel.
They just playing too sloppy.
They just saw too many turnovers again from the Celtics, and I'm not definitely.
This has been their MO all season. If there's one knock on Brad Stevens, besides the play calling, my man can't hold a lead if his life depended on it.
He can't. Brown. Ooh.
Take a shot.
They passed so much there, James. As I think Adebayo got hit. Adebayo got hit in the lowers. Adebayo got hit in the lowers.
Yes, he did. He got kicked right there.
He got hit in the lowers.
Blocking nobody tonight.
Well, the bubble, you think he was going to sneak somebody in tonight, Jay?
Oh, yeah. See, Jalen trying to make sure that right there. Oh, boy.
Ooh, so you're saying Jalen Brown, oh, he's still in pain. Oh, gosh.
Well, my father was just talking about Karl Malone. When you take a charge, you went to take a charge.
Yes.
Boston is missing all their free throws.
He put that knee up there.
Oh.
Incredible save by Jimmy Butler. That is that's Bam out of bio block good all the way. Shout out to the awesome peoples on live, including Miss Pasquale on Beagle.com, Beagle.tv in the 7 capacity crowd on the locker room.
What got me, what he should have done, what got Kemba's play was worse. Kemba, when he saved the ball, he went committed to the man. And what he should have done is committed to the space because Jimmy Butler obviously can run back onto the court. So I don't know if, what a good
Butler does it again. He's doing it again in the fourth quarter despite being terrible offensively the first 3 quarters. Smart. Looking now is Walker. Guarded by Crowder. Smart. A tough shot. And Hero with the rebound. Thank you, IZ. All the way down in Aussie land. Butler again. Giving some space. Right at 95. Oh, he loses it. But they get it back. 6 on the shot clock. Dragic. They call that a blocking foul? No.
That's a late muscle.
No. He basically went right into Kemba Walker's stomach.
Are you kidding me?
There is
Kemba don't get no calls. Kemba gets no calls.
That's Bron's disrespect. He put his shoulder into him.
He gets no calls, Andrew.
That is wild.
That's a bad call.
He gets no calls. None.
I mean, that's the joke, honestly.
They say, oh, it's Kemba? Okay, Kemba don't get no calls.
I am neutral, but I am not neutral to bad refereeing. Dragic gets the roll on the first and the Heat take the lead.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
With my father chilling over here on the right side. James' father chilling on the left side of him in the beam on Zoom.
If that had been Steph Curry, that would have been a flagrant.
And for those watching,
if that had been Steph Curry, that would have been a flagrant foul.
That is a hot one. Oh, man, that was Steph. That would have been a flagrant. Flagrant, too. You out the game. He would have been ejected.
Kemba for 3. Oh, no. And Butler the rebound. The Heat with a chance to take a 2-possession lead here now.
Boston got to drive to the basket. They got to give up that jump shot.
Well, I see you say that, but South Southern, the Lakers, they should, but Nikola Jokic is coming.
Same with Butler.
5 on the shot clock. Dragic tried to go behind the back. Dragic, he may make this one too. He didn't say he was going to make it, and he did just that. He lost the ball.
Oh, no. Jesus, I'm a prayer answer.
Being bootleg Ginobili again. Smart for 3. No, Tatum. It's like meant to be for the Heat, it seems like. Because Goran Dragic lost the ball and still made it. The Slovenian international. Look at this. He traveled too. He traveled there.
He did travel. Andrew, I can't. This is why I don't watch the Celtics games in the fourth. I don't watch them. I told people all the time, and I'm not a Celtics homer, but it's the dumbest thing. It's the dumbest things the 3 games I've watched, I've seen the dumbest things in the NBA. And I'm like, this is why people think Celtics fans are delusional. But I'm like, this is crazy.
And we're going to slow it down. I'm slowing it down, James, but I'm showing it live on.
Don't even get me started. You know the play with Hero, right? You saw what Hero did on the alley-oop he threw the Bam. You saw what he did? He put his hand over the ball, which is a double dribble. I was like, what just happened? I was like, okay, so now we letting street ball rules go? Okay, all right. I'm not going to say nothing about that one, too, but all right. This is cool. Baker's 8 for 9 tonight, just to let you know as well. Baker's cooking.
Well, he better be because his job is on the line and everything.
Oh, that's a hold. Oh, my God.
What happened? What happened?
It was a clear holding call in the football game.
1, 2, Oh my gosh, Dragic, he took a leap back. Goodness, Dragic. He took 4 steps. How do you miss that? That's a damn shame. I mean,
Yeah, you did.
I don't know why Smush Parker would even want to be.
He said it about 4 times. Why didn't even see the travel? He did travel. You're right.
Why would Smush Parker even want to referee?
No traveling.
I mean, why would he want to referee this damn league? Oh, Smush, I think you got to reconsider that. Back to live action.
Damn, Boston.
Another turnover from the Celtics. Crowder's it in.
Boston is not, you know what I'm saying? They nonchalant.
Brad Stevens is getting out-coached badly right now. He's getting out-coached badly right now.
And that was a bad thing.
Walker, they are out of sorts. They may need Gordon Hayward in the series. Brown with a clutch 3 to get him back in the game. They needed that one badly, did Boston.
Yeah, but Boston, they're nonchalant. How you gonna turn your ball over on the inbound and make a pass like that? You got to bounce that bitch.
Celtics accountability. Ozzy, it's 102 Heat. Celtics 98. The Heat have done it while the Celtics are collapsing again. Dragic once more.
They need to tighten up on him. You can't give him that running space.
Dragic. We found Dragic. Oh, again! The Slovenian International. The Dragon is breathing right now.
You got to get up on it. Don't let
Dragic the Dragon. Smart. Adebayo's there. Brown, another 3. He's clutch again. Jaylen Brown. Back at it. They are not going away, the Celtics.
See, they need to pick him up man to man right now.
They do. Because you need to pressure Dragic.
You ain't put no pressure on the ball.
Stevens is just like, I don't know why he's not doing that. You're making Dragic comfortable in the pick and roll again. Dragic. Crowder now will look that he wants. But he missed it by Adebayo. Oh my God. They were standing ball watching. They were ball.
They get a break.
Butler loses and Butler, who had a bad turnover in the last series, with a bad turnover there, and Derrick Jones Jr. coming into the game.
Oh.
This is incredible.
The Celtics got 3 men out of the baskets, and they just standing there.
They really are just standing there. There's bad decisions all around there. Here it is, back at it. Kemba Walker, look at what they almost got about 3. Tatum.
He tried.
Brown, another 3. Brown, no. It's a rebound by Adebayo. You have to foul it. And Brown wisely finally fouled Adebayo. And you would rather him foul because they still Brown caught a heat wave.
I know he can't shoot no free throw though, right? So like
it's not over. No. Because Adebayo is going to the line. And the Celtics still have 2 timeouts left. So, and Adebayo's not the best free throw shooter. So that's why it's going to be what it is.
The Celtics playing too sloppy to win this game.
They are. They put themselves in the hole.
Hit 2 3. The white guy? You kidding?
That's the reason it's 104-101.
You've seen plenty of basketball, Ozzy, to say this. When you have the worst free throw shooter on the other team, and you still got 2 timeouts, you can't say it's over. Ozzy, come on. Ozzy, what's wrong with you? Told you about COVID-19 yesterday. I'm tell you about basketball, homie.
That looked like another over the top for that.
Well, Adebayo got that clear. I mean, let's look back on the replay. You know, because that was
he got that board clean.
Yeah,
no one was around him.
Yeah,
my problem is they gotta call him when they box him out. When he gets boxed out. When he gets boxed out, he goes over the back all the time. He's been doing it. And they don't call him for it.
Was back up. Now see, that's unheard of. 1, 2, 3, 4
yeah,
Celtics.
They were ball watching. I mean, no one, you gotta recognize Adebayo. Stevens, he has to drill that into the scene. Details. Nowhere Adebayo is at all times, especially when they try to get the second chance. I mean, Brown, they were all looking at the ball.
The big issue, Andrew, is his concept is positionless basketball. So if you come with positionless basketball, then you're not valuing their point forward, right? So that's the major issue. collectively they have to come together and team rebound, and it's based on boxing out. So they can
timeout right before. Sorry.
When the Celtics are shooting well and they're making shots, they don't have to worry about rebounding. The issue is when they start missing shots.
Yeah.
That's when the rebounding battle becomes bigger. And the reason it tips, the fouling tips, is because if Bam can go over the back and he can be aggressive, then that allows him to rebound relentlessly. The most pressing article I saw about this playoffs, is what does it mean for the Celtics to have home court advantage? And I think that's the biggest thing that's playing into it. I think if these two games were in a normal setting, then it'd be a different story because it'd be a little bit more lopsided.
I agree with you. Because the Heat have been able to focus and lock in, and they didn't even have to. Now everyone's been acclimated to the bubble, but it's the ones that's left. But they didn't have to travel far at all. Just going up to Miami, Orlando.
Well, it's not even just the travel. I think the influence of the crowd on what referees are going to see.
Definitely.
So that's my issue. Is if he goes over the back one time, right? The crowd's gonna be like, "Come out!" You know what I mean? You got people in your face. So now the next time he goes over the back, you're gonna say like, "Is that over? That human element is there?"
Yes.
It's not there. Like I just told you, we literally saw Tyler Hero put his hand over the ball and then pass the ball, which we all know you can only do in the street, right? Like I think Chris Paul tried to do it one time, he got called for a double dribble. That was the last time I'd seen it. And until tonight, and he did it and nothing was called. And like the fact that Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson never talked about it also is kind of troubling to me as well. But so yeah, it's a I don't know. It's very, everything seems very one-sided. It's not one-sided towards one team or another in the bubble, but I feel like you can sense momentum, and it allows Miami to stay in these games a little bit longer.
Well,
what happened to the Bucks?
They got the momentum all the way, and you know the Celtics need a 3 now here. It's definitely over, but they need that right now.
Yeah, they ain't getting a 3.
They didn't get a play call.
Oh, Brad Stevens, what are you doing? Wow, Brad Stevens Kyrie Irving has broken Brad Stevens. He has broken Brad Stevens. Without a doubt. Let's do the recap. He has broken Brad Stevens. It just needs to be said. Brad Stevens, that is bad.
He should have stacked everybody up and everybody broke the
That is awful from Brad Stevens.
He's got to throw the ball up on alley-oop.
If I was a Celtics fan, I would be like, I don't know if Brad Stevens is a coach now that can lead me to the title. You know, I mean.
I thought he was a good coach, but he didn't do good tonight.
Well, he hadn't done good since 2 seasons ago. Once Kyrie Irving came to the team, he stopped doing good Brad Stevens. I don't know what that was. I mean, what was he thinking?
He was thinking try to get a quick on the inbounds play.
But then you have to hold.
You still got to make the shot.
It's too low. It's too low. He's up too low.
You got to make the. You got to make the. I would have took my chance on the 3.
I think.
Why are they interviewing Jimmy Butler?
Because Jimmy Butler tipped the ball away.
No, Dragic and Duncan Robinson should get the interview.
That was.
It shouldn't be Duncan Robinson. It should be Bam. Bam put up 15 points in the third quarter.
Definitely Bam. And of course, Rachel Nichols like, let's talk to Jimmy Butler. I gave him the exclusive overall in terms of that incident between the T-Wolves and practicing against the third string.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling you. They're gonna win their division.
That one he threw behind the basket.
That's why I was surprised they lost to Baltimore. It's not a bad team.
Boston, they're in trouble because Brad Stevens is not. This is where I question Brad Stevens now. Not the play calling.
Nobody gonna beat him,
But with also
Colin ain't gonna do it, Andrew. This series is done pretty much.
You got to put somebody on that guy who was dribbling the ball to not let him go to his left or what side he shoot on.
I'm telling you, the series. I think this series is done. There's no adjustment that could be made. The teams are they're too evenly matched, and if there's nothing that the Celtics can do effectively to stop Bam, the only thing that they could do is try to get the calls to be a little bit even. But
What Tyson?
Yeah, that's exactly. The neutral site is what it's not.
Okay.
They're not going to be able to. There's no adjustment that they could be made. It's a personnel adjustment.
Yeah.
Unless Robert Williams becomes Bam Adebayo overnight, it's not gonna. It's a personnel adjustment. So.
Well, Tyson negates him enough when he's in the game. It's just the fact that one of the reasons why they also lost besides blowing game one was Tice fouled out, and that allowed Adebayo.
Well, did you see the foul that they fouled him out on?
Yeah, but you know, if Tice can be disciplined, then they'll be all.
But the thing is, but that's the issue, Andrew. The issue is, it's not if Tice is disciplined, then he's not going to be effective. You see what I'm saying? No, yes, last.
Well, it's having a recap. About to give this whole post right now, as we seen once again, the Miami Heat.
Ain't no recap of this game. They just whooped Boston ass tonight.
Well, I mean,
Boston was just.
And then the second half, they did that. The second half,
Boston. What happened? They had the game. The way they were playing in the first half, this game was over.
They had both of these games. Both of these games they had the 10-point lead in game one, and they blew it. And then tonight they let the Heat get confidence early in the third quarter and just maintained it again. And it's on Brad Stevens. It's on Brad Stevens.
You remember when it was 54 seconds to go? And they did something stupid, and I said that was a 4-point play.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd have been the coach, I'd have called timeout and jumped on their ass and told them, "What are you doing?" You know,
well, Ray Popovich certainly would have.
You know what I'm saying?
And
you
honestly,
don't give up. You don't just give a basket away. You make them earn every shot.
And honestly, Larry Brown, I think, would have overall, and Phil Jackson would have did like the sarcasm overall. And Brad Stevens, I just feel Kyrie Irving has basically reduced him to being too nice of a coach.
It's not that it's Kyrie. It's he never had, like I was telling you before, Kyrie was the superstar, but we've never seen him have to do anything like that, right? He doesn't have to collectively sit them down. The team has bought in, but similar to what your father was saying, there's been times where they're just, and this what I'm saying is this stuff has plagued them the entire season, right? I can go back to Lakers games where they had set double-digit leads, and they do this all the time. So it's not, like I was saying to you, it's not surprising to me. I don't get worked up by the Celtics giving up a 17-point lead anymore. I don't. Like when they were talking about ESPN, it just happens so often throughout the season that that's just something they do. And they used to do it back in the scrappy days with Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder.
Oh, Joe Burrow. We're looking back from behind now in the beginning second quarter. That was
what the hell was that?
He's getting a lot of rookie moments right now, Joe Burrow.
You guys are watching the bad times.
Moments with Joe Burrow. Yeah, Joe, it's on him right there. That didn't happen at LSU last season, Joe. Everything went terrifically for him in that marvelous season.
Now the quarterback is the one making he calling the play. When he call a number, the guy snaps the ball.
It's a rookie mistake indeed, no question about it. And Troy Aikman, I think it's set right there.
They got people there in the back for that, though.
All right, people, we're gonna be back on Bigo.tv because I gotta charge my phone, and then we'll be back at it all the way to as we got in return. We'll be back at it on Bigo.
Well, outside.
And as we continue here on the Miscellaneous right now,
Right.
To the Browns and
knocked his helmet off.
He did Watson with that return. We're gonna take this all the way on the locker room app to the end of the Lightning in the Islanders contest. Yeah, that's gonna go. So for those on
you still got AJ Green, right?
I'll see you in a bit.
The tight end, he's gone. Woo! Yeah, that's enough in the passer.
Lost that game.
Well, thankfully, I didn't bet on the Celtics.
I think I'm not even a Celtics fan.
But I just think that they should win.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in the fourth quarter, you got 2 minutes to go.
The place, well, that's what the store. Remember, I almost ran into the back of that truck when we were driving. That was this restaurant that I was talking about. I said they just opened. That was the restaurant.
Now, you know what's real about this It seems like it's meant to be Destiny now again. When we thought it was Destiny 4.
They've been showing putting a little bit of
it looks like the Celtics got shell shocked.
Yeah.
They look like
James, I'm gonna get you a minute, a second right there, because I know you're talking to your dad right there.
They called that on Cincinnati? Yeah.
What did they call? The dude rolled into his leg. That was the Tom Brady rule / Carson Palmer rule.
What we missed?
Which play y'all talking about, James?
They had a play. There was a play where a defensive lineman almost literally took out Joe Burrow's knee.
Oh,
it got called against Cincinnati.
Oh, they did. Is Burrow's not on the ground with his ACL now, right?
No, he's fine. But like, it was clearly a roughing the passer, but they called the play against Cincinnati. But on the next play, he made an amazing throw.
Nick Chubb is running tonight. By the way, all these fans here, we already had one fan last week with the Chiefs. He had corona.
Yes, the offensive line is terrible.
We got 4 black.
Yeah.
2 teams with 4 black quarterbacks running against each other.
Well, that's true. As Mayfield down the field, who is not black, but he puts it on the money and Odell
don't let that be
for the touchdown. They got
Who was that in the NFL?
I know I'm behind people in the locker room. I'm behind. It's Odell.
I know Odell feeling good.
Now, are they doing the virtual fans still with the fans still? Stop that, NFL.
They got fans there.
I know. That's why I want
to show. We got 2 good running backs.
Oh, Jackson badly beaten by Odell off the line.
Can't stop. You got to keep running with Odell.
Got to Mayfield.
Oh, y'all talking about the holding call? Y'all just got to that point?
No, we're talking about the touchdown.
Oh, we didn't even see the touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Mayfield dropped in the bucket outside the pocket. So Stefanski rolled him out, and Odell, because Nick Chubb set up the run game. Nick Chubb with the play action, they're running good, so that's why they big. And Odell over the top doing what he does when he has that coverage on him, and you get him the ball.
He saved Eli Manning's job for 2
years. He was short. Oh, he was short touchdown.
Left tackle. Oh, wow, on the secondary?
Yeah, that's first and goal. That's not a touchdown.
He about a half a yard.
Oh, wow.
That's what that exactly is. Okay, so let's fast forward. That's the great thing about fast forwarding when you're watching games from behind. As you can join us, dramatic endings to the WNBA as the Phoenix Mercury, they're gone at the hands of the Minnesota Lynx in dramatic fashion. And then
they gave it to him.
They did. That's terrible officiating. I mean, I'm glad Odell, but that's terrible officiating.
Oh no, they
unless he didn't,
they should have kicked the ball.
No, they didn't do it yet.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
That was a bad call.
They used to have Jamie Collins, and then he found out that he got traded to the Patriots last year.
The way they've been calling the game, he was down.
Maybe they felt that he had possession when he was in the end zone.
But that any pause of the body hit, and you got the ball.
But if you break it though, and you have the ball in there, that's why. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I'm glad for Odell too. Here it is.
They hit his face mask.
No, the ball wasn't even there. That was a bad call.
Yeah, he can really throw.
Is Baker Mayfield Baker Mayfield is putting up an arm, Popeye the Sailor arm after throwing that touchdown.
Yeah, he throws into tight windows.
By the way, James, Alicia Keys is really promoting this album.
Got a new album?
Yeah, that's why she's doing all this really NFL PR. Let's sing, lift every voice and sing from to perfectly time her next album release.
I didn't know, bless you. I didn't know she still made albums. To be quite honest.
Well, this was the perfect opportunity for her to make an album. Oh, we got a dynamic return for the Bengals all the way out.
45. What's that? 45 yards.
It was him with Tony Harrison, indeed. It was. He was good on Sunday against the Chargers. And by the way, the Chargers, I mean, Tyrod Taylor, just when you think he can get a break, now Mike Pouncey is out for the season.
I know, I saw that.
And that's against the Chiefs coming to town on Sunday.
The Chiefs about to put a 55 on them.
No Derwin James, no Mike Pouncey. Damn, that's wow. Anthony
They're about to put a 50 burger on them and is that their first time playing that in LA too?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a 50 burger.
Oh Lord, Joe Burrow was the Gatorade Player of the Year. He had that blonde hair. Oh, it was unfortunate what he did with that. But yeah, it's something with the Chargers. Every single year with the Chargers, they have these injuries. It's just a curse.
They don't have any more timeouts. Spike it.
Philip Rivers brought his curse overall to maybe Indianapolis. Mixon trying to do his thing, but fantasy is doing his thing. Shout out to Mixon fantasy.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do spikes still count as pass attempts, or did they change that rule?
Did whose status what?
Do spikes still count as pass attempts, or did they change that rule?
I think they changed it. Yeah, they changed it because it was unfair. You know, quarterbacks are complaining, like, you messing up my perfect percentage.
What did he say? What happened?
Like a steal.
They wisely did change that rule. Shout out to Katya up in the line. Katya Aku, along with Dave Bagan, Chase Coleman, Drake, Courtney Gardner, Anthony, oh Lord, Ethan, get on me all the way. I said almost Anthony. Ethan Simmons and Max Stiles in the wild. Mac, I heard your business show. I wish I could have heard that Grace Point business show. But I hope it was a good episode. I just had to send some matters.
There's a danger it could fall on the field. But the camera that they have on those strings, it weighs like 100 pounds or something.
That's true. By the way, we're still back on the we're on the second quarter with 9:47 left.
Oh yeah, y'all got a long time to go. Yeah. Y'all might catch up when halftime starts, to be quite honest. I mean, when halftime is done, to be quite honest.
Because I mean, unless it was like I assume since Fox wasn't showing this way, I guess.
Oh no, Joe.
It's Collingwood, Michael Irvin, Steve Smith, and Joe Thomas, I assume.
Ooh, that might be roughing it fast.
Okay, yeah, it probably was. Burrow, good completion percentage so far as up to this point with 9:43 left in this game, in this second quarter. You know. James, I gotta ask you, man, what's your thoughts now on the Big Ten?
Why are you trying to raise my blood pressure for?
That's the deal. Like, let's go. Let's go football.
It not only is it sick what they're doing, it's sick that like the MAC and all these other conferences who committed to doing this. And then what else got me even more sick was looking at the waivers that they're gonna make these young people sign.
Oh,
they have
Lord.
to sign. Not only do they have to sign for about COVID, they also have to sign a heart issue waiver.
Mm-hmm.
So like the NCAA is smart enough to realize like they don't want to be like the NFL with the concussion movie. So now if there's any lingering heart conditions that happen to these young men,
they're not liable.
They're not liable.
It's so awful. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's really gross.
At that point, so my dad just asked why they're playing. At this point, I can't say anything. I'm not going to yell at the players, and I'm not going to yell at the coaches. I'm going to yell at the players, but I'm not going to yell at the coaches. I'm not going to yell at the athletic departments. I'm not going to yell at the conferences because they did what they were supposed to do. I'm going to yell at the parents. I'm going to yell at the players, and I'll yell at the coaches some more because they deserve to be yelled at.
Man, that's 6,000, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's just something, and we're going to see if the Pac-12 holds steady on that, but it's so gross.
But Daddy, what Andrew just asked me about is the Big Ten Conference, who decided to go back to play because they faced so much pressure, right, from the president, from the players and their families. I don't understand it, especially when
families say they want to play.
didn't see the protest?
No.
The families went to go protest. So that's what gets me so frustrated. I think I just saw that the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, had to recently cancel their game against UNC.
Not enough time in the COVID cases on their team.
I think there was another one where I forget what it was. So there's been cancellations because I think one of the Florida teams had to cancel activities because they had 13 players test positive. I recently just saw somebody said we are happy because we're happy with the way that we're testing, which the testing is questionable because people have to realize it's not an organized union like in NFL or like one of these leagues. It's not an organized union. This is each conference and each institution is allowed to decide on how they're going to do their testing, right? So it's not a uniform.
That was dangerous right there. His own man ran into him.
Right, so that it's not a uniform testing. So when those young men from Florida State came out and said we're not being tested in the way that our coach is saying we're being tested, a lot of people were upset. So that's the issue. We don't know how accurate the numbers are truly, and you know how college football works. At the end of the day, they're scholarship athletes, but if someone wants to participate, as long as they're not going to stop you from playing. So it's all a very troubling thing. The mere fact that we're going to look back on history and see that people
why the hell would he push the man on a fair catch?
That is really not a smart play right there. But I said that. But you right, like look back on history. You saying, James?
I was saying people they're gonna look back on history, see people made the right decision about something, and then were literally peer pressured to change their mind about making sure that they were gonna save as many lives as possible. And I think that is gonna be a sad reflection. And honestly, I can't be upset, right? Like, and that's what I was telling you before. We talk about how corny the NCAA is. I think people are doing an excellent job of really trying to fight and take a turn. I honestly think this year is going to be a polarizing year with trying to move forward, with trying to get equal representation for these players. And I don't think the players understood the leverage that they had by saying that they did not want to participate. Justin Fields.
I got to come in because I told Andrew the same thing. This was the only time that the players had power where they could do what they wanted to do. They had the power. They'll never get this power again. Not in our time.
No.
They had leverage.
So, and that not only that, we were talking about them possibly being paid. All that goes out the window when you literally tell them, no, I want to do this for free. I'm willing to get a virus to do this for free. So, it's just head scratching. And again, like I said, as someone who works in the industry to try to promote player equity in the NCAA in a background setting, I'm not out on the front lines like they need to be paid. I'm trying to do it on the back end of like, yo, if your knee hurts, listen, get that extra year, get that MBA. But so I'm trying to on that end, because I know that the system is flawed and it's going to take several years for us to chip away at it. I don't know if we've been chipping away at it, and I don't think Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence and those guys understand that what they did was put some spackle on it and reinforce some of the concrete that was being chipped away. They basically just put some spackle and were like, all right, we'll fix this. We're going to, let you guys fully exploit us. It makes no, as I told you, I'm so disgusted I can't watch on Saturdays.
It's funny. I'm talking to the great Chase Coleman yesterday. He played so I asked him, because he played at FCS Stetson, the good school Stetson down in Florida. And they're
the Dolphins, right?
The Stetson, I think Chase said the Dolphins, right? If you're in the comment section, shout out to Howard coming through on the live. Chase, Stetson is the Dolphins. We could just Google it, but I got so many darn tabs open.
The Dolphins or the Cowboys? I can't remember.
Yeah, and you can answer that, good sir. I mean, I could Google it, but you definitely are the expert of it, because he was playing a cornerback there, so he was on scholarship. And he told me some real story, and you can hear the audio of it because I have it saved where their coaches were trying to convince them to play against Florida. And they were like, well, you know, we would love the challenge, but we would probably lose 77. And is this really worth this coach or a coach like to do this? And it was so fascinating because he was just talking about how he definitely wouldn't play, like unless his teammates felt that they wanted to play in COVID, but he would be very leery to play because he with the Stetson. He's glad he got the scholarship, but he's there for his MBA or to pursue going to business school.
He's there for the education. Yeah. And that's the thing. There's an understanding, right? So like I told you, the NCAA did that and they saved a lot of face, right? Like because the NCAA is notorious for not caring about their non-employees, right? Mm-hmm. And they actually did the right thing and they gave the conferences the choice and they understood the money. I mean, to be quite honest, it sounded like Mark Emmert was really trying to pull the plug on everything. And the conferences are really who pushed back. And I remember earlier there was a lot of talk about potential the Power Fives actually forming their own association, or league, which was something that had been floated around for years prior. So I feel like he was kind of behind the 8 ball there because he couldn't just say like, you know, cancel everything. So I think that was actually, it was tough. So he gave the conferences the power. And as you and I have spoken about before, I think, and then that's what made me even more upset to see like the Pac-12 is even like, oh, we'll look at it. And I'm like, what do you guys think is going to happen when the flu? Like, and then you're going to try to get these players who aren't practicing, who aren't doing anything. At that point, the semester is halfway done. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, it's not, you are literally dancing against everything that you're talking about, which is the amateurism of collegiate sports. Yep. That is not amateurism. If I have to play and I'm not going to school, if I'm not playing and I'm not going to school, then during school, then we're just being as facetious as what it is, right? We can't get mad at any players who fail academically at that point because we literally just made them play when school wasn't in session. So what are we doing? Like it's throwing all the rules from a presentation standpoint. It's throwing everything away. Yeah. It's showing it for that Schadenfreude that we know that it is, and I think I don't know for the NCAA, and that's what makes it so interesting to me, right? Is we talk about how much of a Schadenfreude it is, but America is willing to buy into it if the athletes are willing to serve us. And to me, that's the saddest part about this whole entire thing, is we are literally looking at the morality of should they play, and we are determining that they should. And sadly, what we're not realizing is that these young men are doing this in the most dangerous sport for free. For free, right? Like it's different if they were professional athletes. I'm all for watching the NFL. You signed your contract, you're getting paid handsomely for your risk, but they're not. No, he pulled it. They're not getting paid for that, right? And that's what, like I said to you before, what made me frustrated with Justin Fields is like, dude, you are the only thing you're gonna do is make yourself look worse. That's the only thing you're going to do. You already have tape. You already have film. You are literally only going to do, like you're only going to produce bad tape. And this is not, oh, he's showing his leadership. No, it's stupid. You're either going to injure your body or you're going to get COVID. So you're literally risking, if we even are looking from the cynical standpoint or just the opportunity standpoint, you are risking and leveraging the actual money that you could potentially, life-changing money that you could use. And then you're not gonna go to school. So like that's my other thing. It's like you're not doing the other. Like you're not doing the other. The one thing that it can do is let you go to school, right? And you can get money. You can get money or work professionally. You ain't doing that one, and then you're jeopardizing the other one, which is football. So you're jeopardizing that too. Like if Justin Fields blows out his knee in the first game. You must have the best insurance ever. Do you got Geico? You got Aflac? Let me know what you got.
Reach it, man. That insurance policy, and then in this era right now, with this year of problems in terms of COVID-19, them insurance policies, I don't know if they're that strong to
I was just about to say, ain't nobody trying to sell you insurance unless your premium gonna be out the wazoo. And if you got a premium, who paying it? So then now you about to get an investigation too? Like, who's paying that premium?
James, amen, amen, Pastor Bishop Eddie. Bishop Eddie with the righteousness of unpaid football. See, we know that they are going to be corrupt. The coaches, Jim Harbaugh is going to be corrupt, brain dead, and everything like that. But the ones that really could say to themselves that this is immoral, but they won't ever do this or whatnot, is the likes of Chris Fowler. Chris Fowler could easily be like, wow, this is really going to make me awkward. It said Chris Fowler, he still couldn't say the phrase black last week when Naomi Osaka was playing in the U.S. Open final. I mean, it was just like, it's like you can't dance around this in 2020 anymore. There is no way you can dance around this. Like, people are complicit in having un-American practices or, un-American and America at the same time. The hypocrisy of trying to get free labor or labor as cheap as possible. It's just wild.
Well, my problem is, Andrew, when you have people who are advocating against the free labor, you can't have the people who are being labored, is going to be against, talk about, keep saying, over there, let's do it. Like, you can't have that. And that's what, like I told you, I was so infuriated when I saw him legitimately start a petition to make them play. And I was like, are you serious?
In America, Michael, remember we talked about it on the dual threat podcast, dual threat show, that Michael Strahan was trying to seem like he was trying to talk him out of maybe realizing this or whatever, saying like, your top 5 pick and everything, you're literally, if people rationally look at it, if you look at it with Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, like, some people or rational people see that Justin Fields is better. And the only quarterback that's better than Justin Fields is the remarkable Trey Lance, North Dakota State University. But Justin Fields is, even though I'm not a big fan of his throwing motion, James, I'm not the biggest fan of his throwing motion, Justin Fields, but it gets there, and he still did his thing last season, only 2 interceptions in the whole entire season, which shouldn't be sticking at neither. I'm thinking about Trey Lance. Justin Fields went almost the whole season with just 1 interception.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to give that.
I told you, he has enough. His resume would speak for itself. He's not going to be able to replicate, especially in COVID. He's not going to be able to replicate what he was able to do last season.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's what's confusing. That's what's head scratching to me.
It is.
Where is this pressing need? It's not to say like he's like, yo, I got to come out and have better take. It's not like if he was, all right, here goes what I have for you. If he was Tua, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Tua last year was drafted eligible. If he was Tua, it would make sense to me, right? You went out with a really bad injury. It looked really, really bad. You need to show people that you can work. I mean, hell, look at Tua. Tua still got drafted despite all of that.
He better had top 5, although he was literally trying to say Justin Herbert I would draft. And, we know those people were.
So that's what gets me frustrated. He's not going to be able to replicate that. He's not going to produce it. I think people, were really hanging on to the sentiment of, oh, my gosh, we're not going to be able to have Ohio State, Michigan. You'd get over it. that was essentially like, you'll get over it. It's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. Things change. You still aren't going to be able to have Ohio State, Michigan, right? Like, you're not going to be tailgating. You're not going to have that same sentiment. You're not going to have the people who are around for the game.
So you're saying this is the year John Harbaugh beats Jim Harbaugh finally beats Ohio State then.
Yeah, even if he does it this year, what people going to say? You did it when it was COVID. So, like, you're still not going to get it. Like, that's what I don't think is going through their brains. It's like, listen, COVID is still existing. So everything that is happening, besides the NHL and the NBA, every other championship is questionable, right? Like, besides all the soccer, anything that was in season when COVID happened is cool, but anything else is questionable. Now, if the NFL goes off without a hitch, too, no, it's still questionable because fans weren't there. So yeah, everything else is questionable. Everything that starts post COVID is questionable, and I think, and what gets me frustrated is college football needs to look at baseball for this example, right? The sport that holds their records the most, right, is like, yeah, this season's a mulligan, right? Like they're like, they have 7-inning games, doubleheader. They're like doing this season like this, right? They're covering their face and like, listen, we're just gonna finish the season and screw the records because you can't hold a record. Like me and my dad were watching MLB Network, and somebody on there was like, if somebody hits a 400 season, does it count? And we were like, hell no. He did it 460 games. You know how often that happens?
You're right, man. You're right.
So I think what they have to understand with college football is like, yeah, you have all these historical things. Oh, it's sad that it's the first time that Virginia is not going to play Virginia Tech, or I forget which rivalry, or is it?
Boo-hoo to that.
I forget which rivalry it is that is never going to happen. It hasn't happened in like 100 years. It's okay, you know? Sometimes your dog got to go, right? Like you got to put your animal to rest sometimes, right? Like, and get a new one.
Well, sadly, that's what I had to do earlier this year. Frankie up above the day before Super Tuesday. Frank White, Frank Lucas White up above. You know, after
and that's
17
the way I kind of
years.
look at it. We have to create these changes to be able to give people the space and opportunity. And, you know, yeah, it sucked that Michigan, Ohio State wasn't going to happen, but I'd rather it not happen than them try to have it happen, and it can't happen because the entire half of the Ohio State team caught COVID when they went to go play Nebraska in de facto week 1, right? Like,
man, by the way, the Islanders is 1-1 with the Lightning. So
the Islanders just scored?
No, it's still been 1-1 for the longest. So the Islanders putting pressure on this vaunted Lightning attack, and that's what it is. A team that's also hoping to be 1-1 tomorrow is Schalke, because the Bundesliga is back, ladies and gentlemen. The Bundesliga is back, and I think, unlike the Premier League, they're keeping their traditional theme music. And for those who don't know their traditional theme music, this is the Bundesliga's great theme music overall that I think they just got it.
Did they get ESPN? Did they get an ESPN afternoon slot?
It will be on the tremendous season opener of the Bundesliga, the best season opener in all of sports, even more than the NFL kickoff pageantry. Yes, indeed, they do. Let me see if they returned to him. Let's see if they did. But they did have the ESPN slot. They do have the ESPN slot tomorrow to start the season, thankfully. Because I would have been really upset if it was behind ESPN Plus. Because how are you going to grow your league? How are you going to grow your incredible league? So without further ado, coming up, for those who have not seen it overall, or at least heard the audio, this is, of course, the Bundesliga trademark anthem. Right now, ever since I think for about the past 7, 8 years, it's been the anthem all the way, and it's so dramatic. It just hits the beat. Scott Van Pelt is on so early tonight, all the way. But yes, they're. By the way, ESPN, they're not showing a post game over the ESPN FC after Schalke and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, of course, hosting with their title, but they're at least doing a pregame. So blessings to them all the way. So let me see if this is the anthem. All right, for people, this is a great anthem of the Bundesliga. Sit back and enjoy it all the way as we continue with the Sports Miscellaneous on the Locker Room app. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So dramatic.
With stuff in his hand, holding stuff in his hands.
What you gonna say, James?
We're watching the Mets Phillies game, and Gene Segura got hit in the elbow by a 90-mile fastball by Juris Familia.
Yeah.
And me and my dad are laughing because, like, the announcers are being so dramatic, and they're like, "Oh, we hope he's okay." And the Phillies have gone through so much, and you know, when you get hit like in the elbow, it hurts. And in the immediate moment, it feels like your arm is broken because you can't feel anything.
It's so numb. You're like
numb, right? So you can't feel anything. So you can clearly see like he was hurt, he was in pain, he was writhing on the ground. He gets up, he goes to first base. The trainer and the man and Joe Girardi come out. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. They talk to him a little bit. He kind of looks reluctantly like he decides like he doesn't want to play anymore, and reluctantly like walks to the dugout. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I hope it's okay. It's a doubleheader tomorrow. I hope he's going to have treatment," right? So, like I said, they're talking like his arm is falling off, but like as he's walking, he has his hands full of stuff. Like he has his hat, he's holding his helmet, his bats, his water cooler. Like he has his hands, like he's clearly using the arm. The arm looks fine. I was just like, why are they being so dramatic? Like he's going to have to go in for surgery. It was like, what? He's literally going to rub some icy on his elbow, and they'll stretch it out tomorrow. Like, what the hell? It's not that deep, guys. I'm not going to deny. They don't need to amputate it. We have good news, Gene. You get to keep the arm. Like this.
That's the silver lining. You get to keep the arm.
What gets me, but part of my frustration with that is, like I was saying to you earlier, is part of my issue with baseball is the way they cover baseball is like the guys who play on the field are like gods, right? Like it's like, oh my God, he fouled the ball off his toe. I hope the toe didn't fly off into the 15th row. And it's like, dude, it hurts, yeah, but he's gonna walk to first base and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just you said it exactly right. The over exaggeration is so wild that
it's a very dramatic. Very dramatic.
Unless you're talking about Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. So there you go. You know. So yeah. Yep.
And I don't want it to sound that bad because there have been some gruesome injuries on a baseball field, but I mean, come on. Like no one's getting named out there.
Mhm. Yeah. We're still, by the way, 21-10 in the second quarter, so we'll get to you eventually.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm about to turn back on the football game because I know the third quarter has started and y'all still haven't caught up. So,
but this just shows how, again, Zach Taylor should have never been given a coaching job off the bat, as we all know. And, yeah.
Yeah, the third quarter has not only started. If one more touchdown happens for a specific team, I'm going to go to bed. Because this sucker is funny.
Mm-hmm. By the way, also, this is funny. Victoria Azarenka, I don't know if she won today, but James, she went and got on that plane after narrowly almost winning her first US Open and beat Venus Williams in the Internazionale d'Italia, or the Italian Open. And I have to see if she won today. Because she played another slam champion. I have to check again. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's so weird seeing the Italian Open being played now.
It is. You're right. They have been going at it. Thank you once again for the great peoples up in the locker room. As we transition all the way to now, it's the NHL Game 6.
No.
17 on to Lightning. And then this Browns-Bengals pivotal contest for the Battle of Ohio Supremacy.
Both of these ladies look like they the team. No one wants to.
Burrow is just making these throws expected as he did at LSU at least. As Tom was good route right in his zone.
You missed Bryce Harper hit 2 home runs today, right? One went to the third deck in right field, and the other went to center field and knocked down 2 trees.
Did they score that?
Nah, they're getting ready to kick this.
Okay, so now we can go
I
fast.
don't know if they scored like I think they passed. I don't know what they did.
Yeah, well, this is see since later because we say
So went for it. Still trying to kick the field goal.
Yeah, we'll look back on it later all the way and get to the quarter. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me Jay, you mean to tell me Troy Aikman went and somehow wore his Hall of Fame jacket?
No, I didn't see that. I saw it open. I barely, but I couldn't remember what they were wearing.
He is wearing it right now. Joe Buck is sort of ripping him. By the way, they are really they're the closest announcing duo so far to be in terms of that announcing together and yet not in a separate room. Like they're like to me within.
Yeah, no, they were. I was very nervous about the proximity that they were sitting near each other. I almost thought they might have green screened them both in because Fox has so much vibrance going on in the background that I was like, is this a virtual background and they're in 2 separate rooms and you just don't want to, they're just using this horrendous background to make it seem like they're in one room?
Yeah, it's wild, man. It is indeed just that. As we get to it, now we're getting close. We're getting right there. I mean, I was shocked that they even returned it in terms of them really announcing in person.
Let him get this touchdown.
But with congrats to MJ Acosta, who only got that role, sadly, because they realized that they really did need a black woman host overall. They really did the NFL Network. So, yeah, it is what it is. We're getting right into it and getting back quickly towards this second half. Both Aaron Andrews and Christina Frank. And by the way, it's so funny. The first report that I saw in the stands on Sunday during the Bengals, ironically enough, in Chargers game, Melanie Collins, CBS Sports, and now seeing Christina Pink in the stands. Then Maria Taylor, she was on the field talking after the game. No. Well, she was not on the field, but talking in the steps and had to back down. Sorry about that. So she was at least not on the field. So, but them on the steps, or at least in the
I'm confused by them being in the stands, though, because there's people in the stands. So I was, when they were doing their thing from the opener from the stands, I was like, but there's people in the stands. So I don't know. I'd rather be on the field with the players who at least get tested than with the people in the stands who we don't know get tested.
Preach that, man. I know. That's something that I would rather see in that fashion.
Yeah, that's a terrible.
Let me get some water real quick.
They're going for it.
As James holds it down with his dad right there, my father holds it down over here on the right side.
Huh? Yeah, they're going for it.
Get some water real quick.
I put some little bottles in there. They might be cold.
I really should.
Oh, they called him delay?
All right, good people. On the locker room, I'll get back.
They called a timeout?
If it's a close game.
Why'd they call a timeout? They could just take the delay in the game and kick the field goal and then keep the timeout for later.
And James is talking too rational for a lot of NFL, this ridiculous coaching. But we will all get back on this all the way. Shout out to David Beggin, the third Sir Chase Kelvin. Drake. Yes, Sir Drake. We will get that whole Bundesliga talk, Serie A talk at least tomorrow at 1 o'clock. But then also here when I come back on it, the lady that's made this happen so far with me on the locker room app.
So that brings it to 50.
And the good Sir Ethan Simmons, all the way celebrating Luka Doncic from the NBA first scene. I bet him being the loyal Mavs fan that he is. So catch y'all back in a bit when it's the Browns and the Bengals. Whether it's going to be an exciting finish or not, we shall see. All right, talk to you out of it. Peace.
Oh my gosh. The Browns are gonna Browns.
Uh-oh. You didn't get up there yet.
Dude, why you threw the ball on the toilet running from the foot? But why you call a timeout if that's what you're gonna come out and do? Just kick the field goal. Oh yeah, he was short. He was short by a lot.
They was starting this though.
Oh goodness. That was some,
Chubb is such a good runner. He just is.
that was some dumb
He's so underrated. But he's becoming one of the NFL's better backs. I mean, if not, he's already that now. All right.
Thank you, that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, let's hold it.
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all at now?
We are still at the beginning, sort of. Let me see the time. Is there flash it up again? We're 11:42 in the third quarter now, so we're getting closer towards live time. I was gonna say, what's on my mind? Meanwhile, I'm gonna see the score of the Islanders at the same time as we fast forward to it.
That's why I throw their back on this.
No, I'm tired still.
Mayfield getting his Odell tonight, so last week, make sure of that.
What's the series at? The Islanders need to win this, keep going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I should have bumped him at the line. I knew it was one, but.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
No, they didn't really have no bloody fan. Why you put your hand away there for?
Mm-hmm. Good throw to Landry. Stefanski at least is making sensible route calls tonight, although the Bengals defense so suspect.
Wow. Wow. You literally had one job.
Or we mean college games.
All you had to do was watch him move the ball. If you block that guy too, like if he blocks you, nothing is gonna happen. Who? Yeah, they played Monday, and they won. Yeah, they come back. Oh, I sleep on that. Yeah, I was second grade. I fell asleep on it after the first quarter. Numbers are true.
That's how it does now.
Mm.
Oh, y'all at the Nick Chubb now.
Yes, we are.
Y'all close. Y'all getting there.
We getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there.
It's gonna be interesting. You're gonna hear now all the comments I was making before are gonna make sense from what you're gonna be watching.
It's clearly not a touchdown. I don't know if it's not fair. He was down. He was stretched out.
Yeah, let's see, because we're gonna. That's the beauty of being behind James. We can just fast forward through these ridiculous commercials.
Oh, you have that guy looked like he was.
Yeah, they didn't give it to him. Yeah, exactly. Lost the ball. All you gotta do is go outside.
Got my thing. Want me up? Oh, going up the middle. Let's super go up the middle.
That's quarterback and run. I don't know why he didn't go wide and try. Send a receiver on the side. Roll out fast.
Mm-hmm. They always have a story about it. Like you always get the story about the white guy on the football team.
Yes, you're right, Peyton. That made me think about Peyton. Peyton Hillis. Oh my goodness. Cover of Madden.
Wow! Oh no. Right where he got the
He wasn't gonna get that play in now. He had to move around.
He was at Miles Garrett. Yeah.
The quarterback will run this.
This is the moment where I think James said Brown's gonna be Browns.
Yes, that is the moment where I said Browns are gonna Brown.
Time out.
Oh God.
I dropped my phone again. Let's see.
Cool. Yeah, they about to score on the first play. Not if they come with these stupid plays. That was the play they should have ran the ball.
What was that reaction, James?
You'll see. I can't tell you anymore because y'all right there. And if I tell you anything, it's gonna spoil everything that's happening that y'all watch right now.
Don't tell me Nick Chubb was short. Do not tell me he was short.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Browns go Browns.
Browns go Browns.
That's the Parkway.
Look, that's all they had to do on the first play. You just got the ball on that. They're tired. They ain't gonna deal with that. They're gonna let them score.
Let's see. Yeah, he can stretch the ball.
Oh, sorry, guys. Fast one. So we getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we getting close.
You'll hear. You're about to see why I can't tell you anything that's happening right now.
Let's see what throw he made here at AJ Green. That's good defense, though. Yep. But they know that we're gonna throw it like at least intermediate.
back up in the night. No. I told you this game is moving so slow. When I was on the phone on Duo on Kamara on Duo earlier. You know that Giants game ended at 8 o'clock? I was like, they play so slow. That is what I can't. I was saying, I can't watch them in Red Sox because both of those teams are convinced that if you have a 5-hour game, it's great. I'm like, the Giants and Red Sox they take so many pitches. And then their pitchers who they bring in take forever to get ready. And they take just as long as it thought. It's so slow. This game at least had 6 runs.
That just was a bonehead move. You can't stand it. You got to move.
No, we're talking about another team.
How is he going to back up in the end zone and step out and throw the ball?
I think his legs aren't good.
Great defensive play there, bro.
All right, I'm about to get ready to go to bed.
Yeah, because I'm swaying a little bit because I am really trying, but I may go sleep for my father. Because I did sleep on which game I slept on. I slept on some game this week, man. I was just tired.
Probably that Broncos game. I fell asleep on that Broncos game.
Well, hey, I did. I was excited to see Drew Lock have an overrated. I mean, after that overrated hype he got, this manifesting to, oh Lord, Drew Lock, you were checked down all the way, and no Cortland Sutton, but still, it is what it is, man. With that, let's just say he's been ordained for certain outlets, Alan Cowherd and Alan Albert Beer. So, yeah.
Miscellaneous still throw the ball at 97?
I don't know why they passing the ball. They on first.
We on the first and goal now, so we'll see what happens. The last one.
Oh, y'all saw the strip sack already?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about to score now.
I don't even know why they threw the ball on the first play.
That was exactly my point. I said the first play when they threw the ball, I was like, that is so dumb. Just run it with Nick Chubb. The defense don't want to be out there.
Yeah.
Because before, when they didn't score, then it was going up in those. That was the wrong time. But now, shit, you got to make this with 1 foot. I forgot the Steelers coach. What was his name? What was the Steelers coach's name?
Mike Tomlin.
Steel Curtain. The white coach. He was mad at Steel Curtain. I can't call his name. Because the Steelers used to always go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 1. He said, hell, we practice all week long. He said, you can't make 1 damn foot or 1 yard. They don't need you practice. And that's true.
You see what that ball is? Then they showed they said he hit it hard. And they said, but we have somebody who hit the ball harder. Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard put one in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it to a fan.
That's a good one there. So let's keep fast forward all the way.
What's the name? They ain't glad for the things. I don't know.
Oh, it was around?
No, just Cleveland them. They glad so.
Both of them. Well, that's why both of them got issues.
That's why you make you go to sleep on the damn game.
Well, it is funny because you see the mistakes. I'm just saying because I'm just tired. You know, that's what makes it so entertaining to me.
He done changed clothes now, Jay.
Oh, he took off his jacket. Yo, James, he only wore his jacket for the beginning, before the third quarter did our trade.
That was why. I was gonna say I didn't see him with that jacket on when they did the opening promo. Oh, Joe. Okay.
I think I'm
He's been doing this for the last couple because he needs to get the jump on Garrett.
Tomorrow we can do the Premier League preview because Tamara, even though I'm very mad with Tamara and whatnot.
Why are you mad to me for?
Let's just say she wouldn't necessarily have my back in terms of dealing with this crazy fool, racist IG model, and how I don't have, for now, my Twitter page is so I rectified them and write this op-ed for the New York Times, where I'm like, girl, I'm busy trying to get you the sports job that you should be trying to get. That I'm contacting you with George D. Metellus. Contact you, the people in London that I know at sports jobs where you can just easily get that and be happy. And she just couldn't even send a tweet and report that person in her foolish ways. So I'm like, it would have been the perfect episode of a Liverpool Chelsea preview. But and then Thiago, who's redundant. I love Thiago, but he's redundant for Liverpool. They need another center forward that is better than Bobby Firmino. But we probably do that tomorrow before Nuggets and Lakers. So, yeah. Because I am tired, man. I don't want to fall asleep on you and do the ostrich thing.
I don't blame you. I'm tired as well. I've been talking all day as well, and I got a whole day talking ahead of me tomorrow. So.
Yeah, man. So let me end this. I'm gonna put this on YouTube though, and I get a chance probably later tonight, 10 minutes later. So. Yep.
That's what I was thinking about to kill himself. All right.
Father Eddie, thank you, sir. Appreciate
it. Take care, man. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, we'll try to, which we'll get to sleep because I am intrigued if Joe Burrow does a little, if him and Baker Mayfield, which one will do more swag type poses or whatever of during this game, because it just makes me laugh, both of them as division rivals and state rivals for at least the next 2 years or whatnot. So we shall see. All right. The great Eddies. Appreciate you. From the Joneses all the way here in Brooklyn.
All right, Andrew.
You guys have a wonderful night. Appreciate
you. You too, man.
All right. Bye.